everybody, it's Amanda, and today I'm going to be testing out the Real Techniques Your Base Flawless Miracle Complexion Sponge that you saw in my recent haul video. I am going to whip this bad boy out and see how it performs. I have dry skin. If you ladies out there have dry skin, then you will absolutely want to have something like the BeautyBlender. This little booger is the best thing to happen to my makeup collection when it comes to foundation. If you have dry skin, sometimes the liquid foundations are just not enough and they seep into your skin even with a primer because we have dry skin, so we want that moisture. If you are having that problem, try a cream-based foundation. But when you use a cream-based foundation, you don't want to apply it with a brush. It puts it on way too heavy. It ends up looking like thick stage makeup. It's just wrong. So you need something like the BeautyBlender to apply any kind of cream-based foundation. Now, I love this thing, but it's like $20-something. And if I can find something like this that's $6 that works just as good as the BeautyBlender, I'm a happy camper. So this is what the BeautyBlender looks like dry, and you can see it has quite a lot of bounce to it. It's not one of those really hard, dense sponges like all of the other dupes that I've seen in the drugstore that I've tried. They're just too dense. It's too much. This one still has a lot of give to it and a lot of bounce. And so let's open up the Real Techniques one and see what they're working with. Okay, so this is the Real Techniques one. Oh yay, it has some bounce to it. I'm excited already. So this is both of them dry, and they have some squish. Now this one's completely egg shaped. This one has a flat surface that I was excited to see because I think that it would do a lot better when applying any kind of concealer and also getting really into the creases by your nose. So it does have this flat edge to it. It has the bouncy edge that just like the BeautyBlender, so you can get all of the flatter surfaces, and then it has kind of like a little tip here that they're saying to use to apply like spot concealer. I'm most excited about the flat edge and the fact that it's bouncy and has a lot of similar characteristics to the BeautyBlender. So let me wet both of these down and let's see what they look like when they're filled with water. And that's the way that you want to use them. You don't apply with a dry BeautyBlender or any kind of dry sponge. When you're going to be putting on cream foundation, you want to wet your sponge before you do the application. So I'll run it underneath the sink, the faucet, for a little bit, get it nice and wet, and then I'll squeeze all of the water out of it. And then I'll take beyond that. So when you squeeze all the water out of it, it's still very damp, and I find that to be too moist even with the cream foundation. So I'll take a washcloth and just kind of give it a little squeeze in there, and you'll see it got much larger, still super bouncy. Let me do that with the Real Techniques and see what we get. Okay, so I'm just wiping off the Real Techniques sponge in my washcloth as well. So this is a damp BeautyBlender, and this is the damp Real Techniques sponge. So you get, it's a little bit bigger. The Real Techniques sponge is a little bit bigger than the BeautyBlender. They feel very similar. This the BeautyBlender has a little bit more give to it, but this is the first sponge that I've felt so far, as far as dupes are concerned, that has that squishiness, that bounce that you want in a sponge when you're applying your foundations. I'll zoom you in close, and I'm going to put on the cream foundation that I have been trying out right now. This one is from Calvin Klein CK1 cream foundation, and the color is in 300 Sand. But you know what, before I even put this on, let's do this right, because this is the way that I apply my makeup. So you get a little insight into what all I'm doing. Alright, is that gonna focus okay? Because before I put my foundation on, I go in, because see how I have this darkness here? I go in with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind for dark circles, and I got the shade in light medium because I found that this has more of like a yellowy orange tone to it, and that's what you want with dark circles. I am not a believer in using the really light concealer all under here to try to counter your dark circles. I don't feel like it works, and I feel like it's just kind of a reverse raccoon eye look. So I usually take a darker shade of concealer to put over my dark circles, and then I'll put my foundation on, and then I might use a lighter one to just kind of brighten up this area. Okay, so I popped that on there. Let me use this little bad boy to blend it and see how it does. Okay. As far as on my face, I've already applied my moisturizer and my primer. I never wear a foundation without a primer, ever, ever, ever. It's just part of my thing. I want to minimize what's actually touching my skin. So I'll put my moisturizer on, put a primer on over it, and now I'm going to put the foundation on. With the cream foundations, you just take it and bounce your sponge to pick up some of the product. So you can see I've got some foundation on there, and I'm going to start right here so you guys can see. Let's get up really close because I want you to be able, one of the things that I don't like in videos sometimes is that you can't really see what the skin looks like with the products on, so you're going to get all up close and personal with me. Sorry if you can see my mirror, but you start bouncing it over the skin, just kind of patting it. I gotta tell you, girls and guys, I am comfortable saying that this little booger is an actual cheap alternative and dupe of the Beauty Blender. I am so impressed with how this applies makeup. I don't think I'm expressing it enough. It applies just like the Beauty Blender. It's very bouncy. It's not harsh on the skin. It's placing my foundation beautifully. It gives me the same effect that I would get with the Beauty Blender, which is important to me, and I love it. I am so happy with this. If you're in the market to find finally, and I know anyone who loves this Beauty Blender has been on the hunt for something that can duplicate the awesome application of this Beauty Blender for a lot cheaper. The last time that I was in Ulta, they did not have these on the shelf, so I had to order it online, but definitely check your local Ulta, see if they actually have them on the shelves now. If not, order it online. It's totally worth it. It is 100%, I don't even want to say dupe. It on its own is amazing. It's an awesome sponge for applying foundation, cream, shadows. You saw me apply concealer underneath my eye. It does it beautifully like a dream. It makes your foundation look gorgeous. Pick it up. $5.99. Ladies, let's have a little collective hallelujah. Hallelujah! Yay! We have a dupe. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope that it was informative. Pick yourself up one of these Real Techniques sponges. You will not be disappointed, I promise. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Have a great day. Bye.